So in this video, I have the challenge to knock out Pokemon with my Dragon-type Pokemon, so I'm using the Dragonite deck. I get an okay start. I have Pidgey and Tornadus, and I'm trying to decide which one to put out. If I put the Pidgey out first, I get to draw cards and hopefully get a Pidgeotto. If I put the Tornadus out first, I can do 20 per turn, and then once you have 3, I do 80 per turn. I'm fighting an electric type deck, which is not great because both Pidgey and Tornadus are weak to electric types. So it really just depends on if he's going to try to attack right out the gate or if he's going to try to slowly set up. Oh, nice. So I get to draw 2 cards because my opponent didn't have any basic Pokemon in his hand twice. And I get this Dratini, which is nice. In my hand for supporter cards, I have Cynthia and Pokemon Fan Club. And so perhaps I do Pokemon Fan Club first just to fill up the bench, and then the next turn I use the Cynthia. But let's see what I do. Because the important part here is just getting set up. So this is nice because the Pokemon Fan Club lets me put the Pokemon into my hand, and I have Pokemon Communication. So I could grab 2 Pokemon and then trade one of them for the Dragonair that I'm looking for. So one Thundurus. But let's see if I do that. Yeah, so I grab Thundurus and I grab Grimer. Because Grimer is really good because he has more HP, he is not weak to electric type attacks, and he draws 2 per turn instead of the 1. So what I might do here is put the Grimer on my bench, switch to Grimer, like put an energy on Pidgey, switch to Grimer. Or I might just use the switch, to be honest. Actually, no, I want to save the switch to get Grimer out, because Grimer takes 2 energy cards. So here, yeah, I think I grabbed the Dragonair. Which is good to do, because if you notice, I only had 1 Dragonair on my deck. So the odds of finding it on my own were very low. So I shouldn't use the switch. Yeah, I shouldn't use the switch. I think I was... Okay, I realized that I needed to get the Grimer out later. I'm going to switch Pidgey out for Grimer and collect 2 instead of 1. And so next turn I can evolve into the Dragonair. Yeah, I can... Oh, I got the Thundurus back anyways. That's really good. Yeah, so next turn, put the Thundurus on my bench, which is good because Thundurus and Tornadus power each other up. I evolve into Dragonair. I can put an energy card down, and then I can use the Cynthia, trying to find that Dragonite. But actually, maybe I don't use the Cynthia because I have that switch, and I really want to use that switch on the Grimer. So I might just use the Howl to draw 3 instead. Let's see what I do. These battles are from weeks ago at this point. I record a bunch of them and then I go back and do the commentary. And so some time has passed, so I don't actually remember what I did at all. So I think I just put this on my bench and then collect 2. Because it doesn't even matter if I had the Dragonite this turn, I'm really trying to find it next turn. And hopefully I can like do it and get set up before he gets set up. Because if you notice, he's not setting up this Blitzel, he's putting energy cards on the Mareep. Because his whole deck's plan is to evolve Mareep into Flaffy and then evolve Flaffy into Ampharos. And then Ampharos is just ridiculously strong. He can put 2 energy cards from your hand into the, not the discard pile, but the, I forget what it's called, the something zone. And once it's in that zone, it can't be brought back. And when he does that, it paralyzes the opponent's Pokemon. And then the Raikou that he has, his ability is with 2 energy cards. He does 120 if there's any energy cards in that special zone. I can't remember what it's called. So I have the Cynthia that I could use, but I really want to keep this switch. So I think I just collect 2. Because the other thing too is once I get the Dragonite, I can attach some of the energies I already have and then use Cynthia to try to get more energies. So I didn't get the Dragonite, but I did get the Bug Catcher. That's a pretty good card. It's draw 2, flip a coin, if hedged, draw 2 more. And I like that a lot better than the whole rock, paper, scissors card that there is. Yeah, so this is nice. This Grinder's been taking a lot of damage. So I think I used the, yep, so I evolved this Chinchou into Lantern because there's no reason not to. And if a Pokemon gets knocked out with any energy cards on them, I can put one of those energy cards onto the Lantern. Ooh, I have Pokemon Communication, but I don't have any Pokemon to trade for the Dragonite. So if I'm thinking straight, I think I put an energy on Lantern because, or it doesn't really matter who, because next turn I could just knock out the Blitzel with Lantern. But I can also do it with Endurus because he can also do 70. Yep, so nice. I got the Pidgeot. I personally don't like using Pidgeot in this deck. I don't think it's very good. I like having Pidgeotos on the bench and just keep spamming Airmail every turn. And so it's good that I got that. I think I'm going to use Pokemon Communication on the Pidgeot to get the Dragonite, evolve it, use the switch on the Grimer, and then I might just bring out Tornadus with 2 energy cards on it and do the 70. Yeah, he didn't even get to knock out the Grimer. This is excellent. Yep, so I grab a Dragonite. Switch. I could bring out Dragonite and just start knocking stuff out because I do have that challenge. I wonder if that's what I'm thinking about now because I'm hesitating. Ooh, I could do Tornadus. And do not only knock out that Pokemon, but I do damage to each of his bench Pokemon. That's actually really smart. So I can still use it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use How this turn, and then next turn use Cynthia. Because I still have the energy recycle system, so I could do How. I can get that water energy card. Yeah, basically trying to get as much as I can out of this hand before I Cynthia. Cynthia is shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards. Yeah, at this point the only cards I'm really looking for is Pidgeotto, energy cards, and potentially a Dratini to start setting up another one if I can clear a spot. But yeah, this Tornadus is in good shape just to keep. He does 80 damage, and then with Thundurus on the bench, he does an additional 20 damage to each of my opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's great for trying to win the battle, but it's not helping me knock out Pokemon with the Dragon types. But so even though the challenge is to knock out Pokemon with my Dragon types, I always try to win the battle. It's really when I'm losing the battle that I'm like, okay, stop trying to win. Just see if I can get like 1 or 2 more knockouts with Dragonite. Yeah, so I can. So I don't think I should use this energy recycle system unless, because this turn I can only put down. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because Cynthia's gonna shuffle it back into the deck anyways. So yeah, I think I'm gonna apply 3 energy cards, and then Cynthia. Yeah, so these should just go on Dragonite, I think. There at this point. And then I think I should use the Cynthia now, but let's see what I do. Yeah, so I didn't get the Pidgeotto, that's fine. I'm still in a fantastic spot. I'm basically knocking out a Pokemon every turn with this thing. I am weak to Electric, so all he needs to do is set up an Electric type. So this does 80 damage. It does 80 more if he has exactly 3 prizes left, but that's not the situation he's in. So he's only going to do 80 damage. I actually can't knock it out with this Pokemon this turn because he has 90 more HP left. So maybe that's what he was thinking, is like hit it and then force me to switch. Which is fine because I can switch to either Thundurus to get the easy knockout or Dragonite to get the dragon knockout that I'm really looking for. And so it's a safer bet to go to Thundurus because, like, let's say he gets the Ampharos and then he does the ability. He could then do... Yeah, he can start fighting me off. So let's see what I switch to. Because it's definitely a good idea to switch. Well, I mean, technically I could stay out and do more damage to his bench Pokemon, but that's not of much value. Because I can one-shot most of his Pokemon anyways, even without the extra 20 damage. Yep, so I do another Cynthia. See if I can get some more energy cards. I get the Pidgeotto. If I'm able to get a water energy with Pidgeotto, then I can put one of each. Yeah, might as well just grab the Lily, because even though I can't use it right now, I have no use for a Lantern. Yeah, at this point it's either put him on Lantern and potentially not use him, or load up the Dragonite. Yep, so I retreat to Dragonite. Yeah, I think that's my idea, is to just start getting knockouts. Because at this point there's 4 prizes left, so best case scenario, I get 4 knockouts with Dragonite. So let's see if he has the Ampharos, because he has the 2 energies on Flaffy. If he does, he's able to paralyze the Dragonite. So actually, in hindsight, it might have been smarter for him to keep the Ampharos on the bench, do that ability, put the energy on Raikou, and then not only is my Dragonite paralyzed, but he's doing 120 damage per turn. So he might have messed up there. Because that's the other thing about Ampharos, is he can do that ability from the bench, which is really strong. I feel like to make it a little bit more balanced, it should be like he has to be the active Pokemon. That way he has to come out, do the ability, and then switch. Oh, smart. So he can do 50 damage to each of my bench, to 2 of my benched Pokemon, and he chose the 2 Pokemon that will give him knockouts. So if he has enough electric energy cards in his hand, it won't matter that I have Dragonite out. So I can only switch if I'm paralyzed if I have a switch card, or that supporter card that's basically a switch. So let's see if I can get it with this Pidgeotto. But actually, I think what I want to do is attach 2 energy cards, and then use Lily, and then use Pidgeotto. I should not put this Chinchou down, it doesn't really matter. I should have... Oh, I see. I didn't put Pidgey down because you can knock it out in 1 hit, because Pidgey only has 50 HP. Yeah, so I think I should... Yeah, I'm not sure why I did this in this order, but... So I do have a water and electric, so I can still attach 2 with Dragonite. Yeah, if I had done that, I would have been able to draw more cards with Lily. But I think at this point, I don't know where to attach the energies. And I know he can't one-shot this Dragonite this turn anyways. So for a little while there, I felt like I was really dominating, and so now I'm looking at it. There's 3 prizes left on my side and only 4 on his side. And his side's starting to get pretty well set up. So he might be able to turn this around, especially with this Ampharos ability. If he has enough electric energy cards, he can just keep paralyzing me. And so that's the other thing too, is he might not even want to knock out this Dragonite. He might just want to keep hurting Pokemon on my bench. That card's interesting. It's a supporter card. You draw 2, and then you flip a coin. If tails, it just goes in the discard pile. It's over. If heads, you get to put it back into your hand, so you could potentially use it again next turn. And so you could like draw 2, get a heads, Next turn, draw 2, get a heads, and like you can just kind of keep going. So he chose those 2 because then next turn he'll be able to knock them out, and so he'll be able to pick up 2 more prizes. I think that's his idea, is to get as many knockouts with Ampharos as he can, and then see if he can clean up with the Raikou. Okay. Yeah, so I think I grabbed the Dratini instead of the Pidgeotto, because I can't put a Pidgey on my bench. I got it anyways. I can't put a Pidgey on my bench with this Ampharos out. So I'm not in a bad spot as far as the battle goes, but I'm in a tight spot. Oh, nice. So I evolved the Pidgeotto into the Pidgeot just so he can't knock it out this turn. Because I have 130 HP, so he has to do 80 more damage. Yeah, I think I just put an energy card on this Tornadus because I'm not sure where else to put it. I'm assuming that... Yeah, because it's going to take him 3 turns to knock it out with this Ampharos. Because even though he's weak to electric, when he does the damage to my bench Pokemon, it doesn't take into account weakness and resistance. I see. So if he knocks out 1 more Pokemon, he'll have 3 prizes left, and then he could potentially switch to that purple guy, forget his name, and he can do 160 that turn. Oh, he can knock out the Dragonite in 1 hit. So he'll probably do damage to the Chinchou and something else, and then come out and deal 160. But he has to paralyze me in order to get that off, otherwise Dragonite gets a free knockout. Which isn't the end of the world for him. Like if I knock out his Ampharos, then he comes out and knocks out my Dragonite in 1 hit. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, his purple guy has 130 HP. So I think I want to save my Lantern to knock him out, because the Thundurus can do 120 damage. So the Thundurus can knock out, it can one-shot anything he has, including this Ampharos, except for his purple guy. So if he switches right now, no, he needs to get 1 more knockout before he switches to the purple guy to knock out my Dragonite in 1 hit. So he gets the knockout. So I might as well put the Grimer on my bench because he's just going to one-shot the Pidgey and I don't want to give him another prize. I mean, in theory, maybe I shouldn't put any on my bench because the Grimer gets knocked out in 2 hits. And the other Pokemon just get knocked out in 3 from the 50 damage per turn. Yeah, and I can't switch out this Dragonite. I mean, I should put an energy on the Tornadus, not that it really matters. Because if my Dragonite gets knocked out, 1 of the energy cards goes to Lantern. Yeah, I should have put an energy card on Tornadus just in case. So I don't just want to come out and start dealing 80. So I think he wants to switch out this Ampharos for the purple guy, one-shot my Dragonite, and then I'll come in with Lantern, one-shot his purple guy. Then if he comes in Raikou, he'll knock out my Lantern, then I come out with Thundurus. Oh, interesting. He uses Escape Rope, which is not good for him because that saves my Dragonite. I think this Pidgeot has no retreat cost. Yeah, so he's either going to knock it out or I'm just going to switch for free on my turn. So I guess that's another good thing about Pidgeot, is that it has no retreat cost. Yeah, so he wasted that 160 on that Pidgeot. I think that just lost him the game, to be honest. So now he can't one-shot my Dragonite, so I should come out with Dragonite, one-shot this thing, eat damage, knock out 1 more thing, and then whatever comes out, I can finish off with either Thundurus or Lantern. Yeah, I think he should have just manually switched out the Ampharos and tossed the 2 energy cards. Because he really needed to take out this Dragonite. So I don't think I put any energy cards on, I just save them. Because I need 1 more energy card to attack the Dragonite again next turn. Yeah, so I saved the water energy on Dragonite, just in case Dragonite somehow does get knocked out, which he can't knock me out this turn, no matter what he does. I want the water energy card to go to the Lantern. So I don't really understand why he put the Ampharos out. Because even if he's doing Unseen Flash, you would think you'd want the Raikou out to do 120 to my Dragonite, and the next turn you can do 120 again. So we got 4 more energy cards, so he can paralyze me 2 more times, but by doing 50 per turn, it's going to take him 3 turns. To knock out 2. Well, I guess... Oh, but I have a switch. That's where he didn't... So I think on paper his plan works, but I have the switch. I can just switch to Thundurus right now. Knock out this Ampharos. I don't even need to put any energy cards on because I still have the Dragonite. Put down this Pidgey, starting to set up for Pidgeotto because this Ampharos is going down. He doesn't even have a Flaffy on his bench. Yeah, either the Pidgey or the Grimer could take that damage, no problem. Yeah, so I think now he knocks out the Thundurus. I come in with Lantern. Yeah, Lantern will definitely. Yeah, he gives up. I think he realized he messed up when he used that as a So it was great because I won the battle. But I don't think I knocked out too many Pokemon with my Dragon type. They went from 11 to 13, so I got 2.